Everybody, welcome back to the Spurs 9501 podcast. I've got Mayank from Kolkata in India. It's late at night, so thank you very much for joining us, Mayank. We wanted to get
Hi.
your we wanted to get your post-match analysis on the really shocking performance by Tottenham yesterday. So give us your views. Have you got over it yet, or are you still upset?
I'm in my light blue kit for Spurs. Don't confuse it for Brighton.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it was a shocking performance because the it except I think Toby and Højbjerg, I couldn't see the desire. Højbjerg was also slacking a little yesterday,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but no one else in the pitch there was any desire or any motivation because we were trailing since a long time. And if you're one, if it's 0-0, it's fine. You can change the game at any moment. But because we were trailing and seeing such a disheartening performance, it was very demotivating.
Why do you think the performance was so bad?
So one major gap I think was in the midfield creative role. There wasn't any linking. Actually, there are a couple of issues which I want to discuss. Firstly, the right back position. If we are playing three at the back, why not play Doherty? Because we
Yeah,
know he is good at that position.
yeah,
And we are playing Brighton. I mean, they are a very tall defense. So
yeah,
no point launching the ball up and then expecting Son to keep it.
yeah, yeah.
Anyways, he's not Kane. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't have that prowess in air to hold the ball up front by himself. And I saw Bergwijn was in the middle sometime, so it was really confusing as what our strategy was. What I could tell was there wasn't any clear, coherent attacking style. It was just sit like s- stay in like the defensive position, but we were
Mm.
getting pulled out one by one. I mean, Brighton kept coming front and then dropping back, and like we weren't sure who was going to drop back with them, and it kept leaving space in the middle. So, in terms of midfield, I feel the connecting point between midfield and defense was lacking.
Mm.
The attackers had to drop two back, and then there was no option in the front. We didn't use our wing backs fairly well. I mean, it was. I think another point which I want to talk about is Vinicius. Vinicius not starting was a little surprising because we know he's performed well when he's been asked to. So why not give him a try? Because when Kane is in there, he would definitely be expecting to start and have that. It's also we're lined up with so many games. I mean, it doesn't harm anyone to have him start the game, and we start in the front foot, being 1-0 down, then getting him in half time. I mean,
I mean,
wasn't much effective.
Mourinho actually admitted that his formation was wrong because at halftime he changed it. But my question to you, Mayank, is if he knows the formation is wrong, why not change it after 10 minutes when you can see you're being overloaded in midfield? The transition from defense to attack, like you said, is not happening. Why wait until halftime to change it? Why not change it within 10-15 minutes?
Didn't he also start the same way in the previous game and then had to change? I remember in one game he started with back three and then back five, and then he had to change in
Yeah.
half time again
It
because
was
we
against
were
Liverpool, I think,
probably.
wasn't it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Might have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
Liverpool, yeah.
that's what I can recall as well. I mean, it was shocking that I think two things are lacking. One, the positioning, like the formation, as you said, and the other was personnel. I don't think the personnel were right for the formation which he played.
So both things are down to the manager. The formation is by the manager. He picks the players as well. So has he lost the plot on this one? Is he? Are we seeing the real Mourinho now? He doesn't really have a clue on what to do.
I mean, it's very uncomfortable because for us as Spurs, and since I have been a fan, we haven't seen that many changes in the manager. We trust the manager through ups and downs, but I mean, for past 2-3 games, I think it was more down to the managerial, uh, the the formation and how the strategy was. I think that was off.
Well, if you put this in context, you're going to Brighton. who haven't won a single home game all season, so they've not won a home game. They're near the bottom of the table, so they're not a very good team. And yet you're playing a very defensive formation. Why not play an attacking formation and attack them because they can't, they can't defend. So the whole strategy was wrong. I think. What do you think, Mayank? Don't you think it's the wrong strategy?
I think definitely the strategy is wrong. I mean, looking at yesterday's performance when no one was in the groove, I don't see a reason why Dele Alli is not in the
Yeah.
squad. I spoke to you about this same thing in our last podcast, but I think Delhi can be given another shot. Now we know the transfer window is almost closed, and he is gonna stay. So I think it's time for him to let go of whatever backdrop story was there and give it another try, because a lot of games are gonna come up, and he's unique in his position. I mean, there is no one in Dele Alli's position who can fill that gap. His late deep surging runs, his connect between defense and attack, I think it might work out. And in this, I think the manager has got it all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Dele Alli now. We've got a few hours left for the transfer window. Let's see if he stays or goes. But does he? I mean, he can't be any worse than the players out there. So he couldn't get into the team. He's not worse than anybody out there. So what's going on? Maybe the manager doesn't like him.
We remember how it started. I mean, it was all very positive, and he wanted him to change his attitude. But I don't see a reason why he can't. Like, he is not that kind of a person who doesn't care for the team. I mean, we saw him when All or Nothing came out, and we saw him how vocal and how outspoken he was. So I think, I mean, whatever it is, it needs to be back in the past, because we know he's a very talented goal scorer as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a good
He
goal
he knows
scorer.
how to finish
But
it. He knows how to finish it. We remember the Chelsea goal where a lob pass from Toby and
yeah,
he
yeah,
touched
yeah.
one touch and then like there were so many instances. We need those kind of surging runs. I mean, other than Son and Kane, as we know, there's no other outright goal scorer, and only person we can think of is Dele Alli, and probably in last few 4 5 years is Ericsson. Both midfield connect between defense and attack. I think that's what is lacking right now as well.
But what does Vinicius think? He's brought in as a Harry Kane deputy. Harry Kane is injured, out for a few weeks, and even then he's not picked to play. What is he must be very upset about this, Vinicius, because I think when he came on, he
We,
actually gave us a focal point, and he did play reasonably well. Not great, but he did reasonably well.
yeah, and he has that strength to hold the ball.
Mm.
That what I mean. Mourinho wants from his attackers, so I don't see
Yeah,
a reason why he didn't play him up front. And we have Chelsea coming next game.
yeah.
So for a player who has not been in the starting 11 for so many games, his boost morale when he would have started for Brighton would have been better, and we could have seen whether that would have worked out with Chelsea or not. Now we have to probably still start him. I feel in the coming game, we still need to start Vinicius.
Yeah, I think we need to. So, Mayank, what do you think? I mean, a lot of people are saying that that Jose Mourinho should be fired, should be sacked. We should get a new manager in. What do you think about that?
Uh, Yeah, that's what I was telling. I personally, as a fan, haven't been in that position where we
Yeah,
don't trust the manager. Even when with Poch, all I could. So one thing I read it somewhere in Reddit or in Twitter was when Poch was close to being sacked, he still had that philosophy, that that style which he wanted us to play. It didn't work
yeah.
out that way, and probably that was the thing which was gonna happen. But right now, I can't see the philosophy. I can't see what style do we play. I can't pinpoint it out. I mean,
Mm.
I mean, he is close to on the edge, but from what I'm hearing, his contract is pretty large sum. So doesn't make sense sacking
About
him
15,
financially as
no,
well.
15 million a year. I don't think he's going to be fired. So let's
Yeah,
wrap it
yeah.
up
So
now.
that's what. Yeah.
Mayank, what do you think that we can do? What, first of all, two questions. What team would you play on Thursday against Chelsea? What would be your team?
I would play Serge and right back.
Serge Aurier and right back. Okay.
Yeah, I
Left back
think
is,
Toby. Left back, we don't have much option. It
yeah,
has to
so
be
Ben
Davis
Davis.
because
Yeah,
Reguilon is injured.
yeah.
Uh, I think I would start Rodon and Toby together in the centre back position. Højbjerg back again in CDM. Tanguy in midfield and another midfield. I'm not sure to whether to go with Sissoko because we might need that strength in the midfield. But I mean, given we don't have much option, uh, either between either we can go Sissoko or we can go Dele Alli and so go back to like a, it's still 4-3-3 because we don't have another CDM.
Sure, sure.
But this time it will be little more creativity in the midfield. And then up
Okay.
front, I would go with Vinicius, Lucas, and probably and Son. Lucas because he didn't start the previous game week. I feel he might have some point to prove.
Okay. So 4-3-3. What's the score prediction for Thursday then, Mayank, before we close the call?
I mean, always
Tell me what your
hopeful,
heart
but
wants and then what your head says.
I mean, my heart says we scrape 1-0 victory, and my
And your
head
head?
says it's probably gonna be 1-1 draw.
Okay.
And we probably would be trailing first. That's
I'd
what my
take
head
a
says.
1-1 draw. If you offered me a 1-1 draw now, I'd take it straight away. Because
Yeah,
we're in a
yeah,
bad
same.
way.
I would take it because we are in that position ahead of Chelsea, so we can take it right now. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, Mayank, for your time and the excellent analysis on the match. This is Spurs 9501 channel. Welcome to everybody and thank you everybody for joining. And you've been listening to Mayank from Kolkata Spurs giving his expert analysis on the very shocking performance away at Brighton. So Mayank, thank you very much. And how do we say come on
Thank
you
you for
Spurs in
having me.
Hindi?
Let's chalo Tottenham.
Chelo Tottenham. Thank you very much, Mayank.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Speak soon. Yeah, take care.